They say love doesn't cost a thing, but online scammers can cost you a lot more. Romance at a click could very well be someone's trick. Online dating, seemingly charming, can be a playground for fraudsters seeking to swipe your emotions and your money. Love struck or not, these scammers are master manipulators preying on vulnerabilities. They masquerade as dream dates, showering affection, but beneath the charm lies a trap waiting to snatch your trust. From fake personas to financial deceit, these cyber lovers leave their victims broke emotionally and financially. Caution is your lifeline. Watch out for red flags, quick declarations of love, sudden emergencies needing money, or even quick meetup plans at suspectful locations. It's the dating scam playbook. In this episode of Mirror Now Against Cybercrimes, let's unmask these romance ruses and arm ourselves against dating scams. Stay tuned as we navigate through the deceptive paths of online romance, exposing the signs to protect your heart and your wealth. In this episode of Mirror Now Against Cybercrime, we'll help you find out how not to fall for the hype and lose it all with just a swipe.
Hello and welcome to our special broadcast where we at Mirror Now have taken it upon ourselves to make you aware of different kinds of cyber frauds that are prevalent right now and how to deal with them, and if ever you unfortunately become a victim of a cyber crime, how to deal with it. What's the first thing you should do? On this special broadcast, we're going to talk about one of the most common frauds nowadays, which is that of dating app frauds and sextortion. And to talk more about this, I'm joined by Snehil Kumar. He's the co-founder and CEO of TrulyMadly. It is a dating app in India. Nirali Bhatia, cyber psychologist, joins us, and Arun Mishra, CEO and founder BizBrawly, also joins us. Welcome to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us on Mirror Now. I'd like to start with you, Snehil. Snehil, we are seeing these kind of dating app frauds increasing by the day. Every day we hear of crimes of people being duped, of people being romantically involved and then being duped. Help us understand what's the kind of prevalence that you see around you?
See, so these scams are not new, and in fact, the origin of the genesis of Truly Madly uh, is because similar, fraud happened to my sister on a very popular matrimony website back in 2010 or 2011, and because now internet penetration have increased, the scams frequency have also increased, and there are set gangs who are operating it. So we know there are gangs based out of Jaipur, Kolkata, right? And as more and more people are using internet, these scams have increased. Scamsters have become more technologically advanced, and they are using a lot of tech and platforms to do their scams. In fact, we have done a lot because, as I said, the genesis of Truly Madly was because of a similar fraud that happened to us. So the whole pillar of Truly Madly was made around cyber safety. In fact, we reject more than 40% of the users who apply to become a member on TrulyMadly, and we utilize a AI plus human combination moderator and our AI proprietary AI gatekeeper algorithm, which we have nicknamed Chalk AI Dar. It rejects more than 40% of the users who apply to become a member. And then on top of it, there is this feature called Trust Score, where the trust score ranges from 0 to 100, and you can link your national IDs like Aadhaar or passport, your phone number, you can do a selfie verification where we run a facial recognition scan of your face and ensure all the photos that you have posted on your account are of the same face, right? And then if you're a Cred member, we have a tie-up with Cred. You can simply link your Cred account with your Truly Madly account, and you get 100% trust score, right? Then on top of this, we have features like, for example, a lot of now scamsters have also identified that, we are able to recognize their patterns and their conversational behaviors using some keywords. We are very easily able to identify that this probably is a bad actor profile. So what they do now, they try to uh, what they do now is they try to take you off the app as soon as they can, right? So they will send you a phone number or a Telegram ID. But what we have done, even in the response of that, we display a warning to the user that if they are sharing information with you, if you don't trust them completely, do not go off the platform. Keep talking here, do not share your personal information, right? Because ultimately the solution is one and only one, which you guys are doing. It is awareness, that we have to create awareness that you have to take some precautions when you are using any online platform. And that's, I think, you guys are doing a great job there.
Arun, you are somebody who develops apps, and like Snehil said, there are a number of features that TrulyMadly and other dating apps have on them. But unfortunately, fraudsters are breaching even those security features. What's the kind of challenge you face, and what are the kind of features that now apps have that can actually help us not be a victim, or at least identify the fact that this is a fake profile and we shouldn't become a victim?
Right. So, like he said that while at the time of registration, we ask for many details. We ask for his facial recognition, we ask for his national ID and all that. But the problem is that when you are creating account, probably you are creating account with someone else's name. But when you are actually talking, or if you are using the video chat platform on the same video chat tool on the same platform, probably someone else is talking at that time. So, it is not the only thing that you need to do verification at the time of registration, but also at the time of real chat. You have to continuously do that verification. I know this is going to be an hindrance for these dating apps, but this is what we need to do for security also. So, that is one thing. The second thing is, when we are switching between platforms, or when you are sharing your details on two different social media platforms, we need to be very sure that we are not sharing the same information. So, suppose I have a platform on Tinder and I have an account on Facebook, I should not be using the same image, because what these fraudsters are doing, they are using reverse image search. So, if I have a image on Tinder, they will take that image, they will search it on Google, they will find my Facebook profile, they will find my LinkedIn profile, they will judge my social status, and then they will try to target me. So, this reverse image search thing, we need to be aware of that. We should not be putting same kind of images on different social media platforms. And when you are not very sure about the person, when you are, if it is too good to be true, like if you are talking to someone and he is asking or she is asking you to switch to different video calling platform within few days, you should be aware. You should not switch to different platforms. You should stick to one platform, build your credibility, build your trust score, only talk to people where trust scores are good. And for these applications, they should build real time verifications. And then we also need to talk about what needs to be done from the payment gateway perspective, because a lot of these money exchange is happening through Paytm, through other online transfer. So, there also verification needs to be done. But at least for these platforms, we need to do this verification. First of all, reverse image search, we need to somehow provide that, and also real time verification at the time of video chat. That is not there. AI is a culprit right now, but AI can be a solution also for this real image search.
Okay, interesting points there, and very important points that you've made, Arun. The fact that reverse image search is what fraudsters are using to target victims. But Nirali, these fraudsters who are conducting dating app frauds or sextortion or catfishing, they are exploiting a very basic human emotion, and that's how cyber frauds are mostly conducted, right? They exploit one of your basic emotions and they gain your trust, and that's how they go about it. And like Arun said, one of the things that they do is gain your trust and go to other platforms where their fraud will not be detected. But how do you really go about it? At the end of the day, all of us are humans, and romance and dating is something that the younger people, now even the elderly, of course, are craving for.
So, Shreya, let's understand that love, romance, these are core necessities for all human beings, and these apps are only the medium to get through. So while of course they also need to exercise their responsibility of ensuring that there is some form of authentication of the users who log in. However, it's not 100% secure, or yet 100% assurity that we are not going to be scammed, or we are not going to be victimized online, because it's not necessarily about the profile, it's the intent. You could be a genuine user online, but your intent could change, and mapping that intent in digital world is very difficult, because digital communication does not let you see the body language, does not let you let your instinct and gut come at play. All these scamsters, they actually do a lot of homework on you. And it's so one of the speakers also mentioned that beware of your reverse image search and all, but it's very difficult because we are all across internet on multiple places, and it's with AI today coming in, it's very difficult to even have completely different images. You can immediately create and establish links. So that's really not honestly a great solution per se. But what we can do is go back to the basics, where while growing up we used to tell our children don't talk to strangers. So however, I'm not saying literally don't do that, but whatever precautions you exercise in the real world, they have to be magnified and then exercised in the digital world as well. So when you're meeting somebody, you make sure that you're not oversharing information, you are cross checking the back homework that fraudsters are doing. Why cannot we do? Do you do a reverse search on them, figure out who they are? There are digital footprints all across. It's as simple as that. Love doesn't come easy, and this we must remember even when we are on the online platforms. It's the anonymity, it's the fact that it allows us to exercise pseudonymity also. You can be anyone who you want to be, and it's very difficult to gauge unless and until you have your common sense playing. No matter how many tools we use, no matter what technology we use, at the end what will safeguard you is your presence of mind, your instinct, your common sense application. So very simply put, zero trust is the trending word in the cyberspace, and we need to exercise that. That's something that will help us keep
absolutely
us safe online.
Yeah. Snehil, on apps such as yours, what are the 3 top things that would tell a user that this is a fake profile? The 3 things that we should look out for when we have a dating app profile, and we're looking around, we're seeing people, but we want to know that these are the 3 things that differentiate between a genuine account and a fake account.
So first one would be, are they trying to go off the platform very quick and very soon? You have just matched, and they would use terms like, I don't come on this app often, can we move on WhatsApp, or can you share your Instagram ID, right? So this tells a bit. Then second, I think looking at the profile, what kind of details they have put in. A genuine seeker it always puts in some kind of effort to create a good profile, put in photos some of their hobbies, right? And then use those hobbies.
But couldn't that be a facade, Snehil? The fact that you're putting in everything so perfect, and like Arun said, that it's too good to be true. It could be a facade as well that the fraudster is putting up.
Again, yes. So when I'm saying they would put in effort, they would put in effort to improve their trust score also, right? There can be a profile, all good photos, but trust score is less than 20 or less than 30. So as a platform, we don't even push profiles who are very low trust score. But if you see that they have a good trust score, they have linked there is no 100% foolproof, but if they have linked their national ID and done a selfie verification, then you can at least assume that this is a genuine person who has shared their information, which we can share with the authorities, right? So unless they are a very advanced serial offender, they won't put up their real face and details on the platform, because they know that can be shared with the authorities. So trust score plays a very important role. If
Okay.
trust is
Okay.
low,
Arun, let me talk also about what you mentioned. The fact that so far we just had emotions involved and emotions exploited. You know, people might change their identity online and not meet you after calling you outside or something like that. But when it involves money, it becomes an even bigger crime. We've had several cases recently and in the past where people have been duped. You know, men have taken have met women online and they've duped them of lakhs of rupees of jewelry, and vice versa with women being duped as well. What are the precautions really that one takes in, you know, where finance and money is involved?
Okay, so very good question. In fact, let's not talk about the dating apps only. Let me tell you the deep fake also. Yeah. Even if you are not on dating apps, even if you are just on LinkedIn or even on YouTube or on a new channel also, your videos can be posted on someone else's face, like just happened for a heroine, and it can be pasted on someone else's face and then they try to blackmail you. So it's not just about the dating apps and their problem, it's about how we are behaving and responding to those threats. So like you asked, if money is involved, if someone is asking you, so first of all what they do, they are asking you for money, otherwise they will circulate those images to your friends and family. I think that's the weakest point where they are trying to extort the money. So we should not we should at the moment we are getting these kind of blackmails, we should report it to first of all our family, so that we should take them in confidence, so that if they are getting the links also, the images also, they should know that this is a fake or their relative is being blackmailed now. So first of all, take your friends and family in confidence ASAP and then report it to cybercrime. So there is a toll-free number 1930. No one it's not advertised the way it should be advertised. We should advertise it the moment it is happening. One should report it there so that they can track back those person. Like if you are transferring, in one of the Bangalore case, they transferred money to that person transferred money to 5 different bank accounts. We can track back those bank accounts and then try to catch that person, but it will happen only if you are reporting it to cybercrime. More than 500 cases every day is happening in India. India is called the capital of sextortion of the world right now, but only 2% of those cases are actually reported to police and FIR is being lodged, only 2%. So that's the bigger problem. We talked about having a very good profile. Let me tell you, all this is happening from Rajasthan, a very small village in Rajasthan called Mewat. Mewat is called another Jamtara of this whole, right? And all they do is they call you, and within 2 seconds, on a video call, if there is a nude video playing on the video call, within 2 seconds they take your screenshot. Even if you are not talking, even if you are not on dating profile, I get random calls from UK and other like Nigeria and other countries on WhatsApp. So the first thing is take your friends and family in confidence, report it to cybercrime ASAP, and then do not talk to a stranger, do not pick up the call, do not go to video call. Even if you are going to video call, switch off your video camera and then take the call. Only audio is fine. Even on the you can say laptop, there are laptops where webcam can be set up. There are shutters on the webcam on the camera. You should take those kind of laptops, and also never ever switch on the video if you are not aware of the another person, because that's the and then deep fake. You cannot help it because they are taking images from other or videos from other profiles. In that case, reporting to cybercrime is the only solution.
And that cybercrime helpline is 1930. As Arun said, it needs to be advertised and talked about more and more. But I want to take this across to Snehil. Snehil, in terms of traceability of these fraudsters, how difficult is it for an app like you to actually trace where this all started from, who did it, all of this?
So we cannot trace the geographical location pin. We do have the MAC addresses of the connections, which we can share to authorities, and then authorities can pinpoint the exact location. And see, the point is, as Arun also rightly said, most of the cyber scam happen in Mewat. Everybody knows.
Go ahead, Snehil, go ahead.
Right? So everybody knows there needs to be an intention to solve that. And when the right intention and motivation is there, it will get solved.
I would like to add one point here. You talked about how we can track it back, like for TrulyMadly. There is a rule from Government of India in 2022 only that all VPN platforms, what they are doing is they are calling you from a different IP address. They are using VPN. That VPN is generating IP address of Nigeria or other South African countries, right, or other part of the world. And so you are not getting the exact address of that. So according to the government, the regulation, all VPN companies has to keep the data of last 5 years, but it is not enforced. First of all, it should be enforced, and then also these app companies like Apple and Google Play Store, they should remove all the VPN apps if they are not storing data for 5 years. Otherwise, there is no way we can track back. Like in technology, you can be sitting here, but your IP address is of Nigeria and US or any other country. We do it in technology every other day to test different regions, right? But the VPN apps, first of all, there should not be any free VPN apps. There has to be a subscription of VPN apps. Only then one should take the VPN services. And then those like data, those footprints, digital footprints, they should keep it for at least 5 years. Government has a rule for it, but they are not enforcing it. It's not enforcing it.
Snehil, do you think more accountability, more responsibility from the apps as well?
Of course, I think, and the government has laid down a lot of guidelines, and with the new user data privacy bill, a lot more is expected. So yes, I think accountability with the apps again helps. We do actually, keep all the data, but as Arun said, VPN companies there are a lot of VPN companies which do not keep, and they are provided for free. They do not keep any audit log. They do not provide it to authorities. But I have a bit of a view there that there will always be such companies. We cannot anyhow always remove them. We can remove them from Play Store. They will be downloaded from dark web, right? Internet we see is just a minuscule percentage, right? Dark web
Yeah,
is
I think
very vast.
internet is a very vast space, and regulation of this space is extremely difficult. But of course, we need to keep making our efforts.
Yes.
The fraudsters,
Awareness
of course,
is the
remain
biggest.
10 steps ahead of us, but that shouldn't stop us.
Yes, awareness will be the
Yeah.
key problem
Okay.
solver in this case, I feel.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me take my last question to Nirali. Nirali, if one unfortunately does become a victim of such a fraud where they've been, they've been attacked through a dating app or through sextortion, the trauma that comes with it is extremely huge. The embarrassment, the taboo that is there among your friend circle, among your social circle is also big nowadays. How does one really deal with it?
So, in most of these romance scams or dating app scams or sextortions, there is multiple ways that the victim is impacted. Where they believe that they are in love, then they go through betrayal and heartbreak and trust and all. So that's another gambit of, entire mental health situation for them. And on the other hand, if they've been frauded by money or so, then there is shame and guilt to even share about it. I think the awareness in this aspect is extremely necessary, that friends and family are sensitized to support. So is the law and order, so is the police authorities. See, having running an anti-cyberbullying organization for now almost 7 years, we've got umpteen number of sextortion victims writing to us. Just in the lockdown, we've worked with more than 3,000 sextortion victims. So I am very well versed with what they go through, and in some cases, the trauma has been so deep that even now, after 4 years of the incident, the victim are still paranoid. They are unable to trust anyone in their real lives as well. So at the right time, if they get help, if they get to talk about this to somebody who's not going to judge them for these mistakes. We are living in a new digital world, and these are new age, sometimes mistakes, sometimes bad luck, and sometimes it's our foolishness. But it's about accepting it and moving forward, leaving the shame and guilt aside and openly seeking help. And fortunately, we are seeing that trend change in the Gen Z. They've been very open to asking help. They realize and understand technology also better, and they're very open to seeking help or breaking that ice with their families also, because no matter what, your family is your first line of support. How much ever you reach out to organizations or other places, but it is in-house the support that you get, and all you need is a space which will tell, I understand. that itself gives immense courage
Yeah.
to fight through.
I think it's very
Just
important.
one more
Yeah.
thing, what we've noticed is that when the victim is a woman, unfortunately, even in the family, society, friend circle, what we've seen is that they are always discouraged to not talk about it, and they are the ones who then have to live with that trauma and fear for rest of their lives. I've had cases where women have been victims of revenge pornography. They come to terms with it for after a long therapeutic intervention, and then these videos resurface after years, and then it's a complete breakdown. Because back then also they were asked to shove it under the cushion, saying, come on, अभी तो सिर्फ 2 लोगों को पता है, आप रिपोर्ट करोगे तो 10 लोगों को पता चलेगा, or other people will start looking for your videos and all, which is an unfortunate reality as well. But it shouldn't hamper, and we must look at it, yes, we must look at it gender neutrally.
Yeah, I think we need to break out of that. Yeah, the more all of us talk about it, the more awareness it's going to create. Yeah, and this is something that needs a lot of awareness. I'm going to wrap it up there. Snehil, Arun and Nirali, thank you very much for joining us on this special broadcast and helping our viewers really understand how to go about this latest dating app frauds that happen, and how, if we're a victim, what to do about it. Break the taboo, talk about it, report it first of all. The cybercrime helpline of this country is 1930. Make sure you dial that number and report it as soon as possible for the authorities to take action soon. With that, it's a wrap on this broadcast. Thank you very much for joining us on Mirror Now. Hope this episode helped you. Thank you.